my wife would always be there for me. You know, like you were in the beginning.
I know Mike and his raggedy haircut did not just call her baby girl. Stay tuned as we talk about episode 6 of Harlem. Alright, welcome to another episode of Haire. We are unfortunately talking about the series and season finale of Harlem. It has been a time. I'll spend the last 5 minutes of the episode really talking about like how the characters have developed, just, you know, like my final thoughts. But it's definitely been a journey. I think one of the things, before I get into the summary at the 1 minute mark, I think one of the things that's going to be truly missed is just seeing, like, I just love watching TV shows. And it's going to sound corny. I love TV shows where I look up and I can relate to the girl and just resonate. And I love seeing people who look like me on screen. So definitely that. Okay, we're going to go backwards. So we're going to go back from Angie and Mike last time on Angie and Mike. So basically, this is showing is opening up, like this is gonna be her show, but her show and she has one shot. So they're actually gonna have a critic come down and watch the show with her, watch her show. So basically she starts figuring out backstage, and then Quinn comes to her and she says, you're supposed to do whatever you're supposed to do, like don't freak out and blah blah. And once again, Quinn, like, who's writing the character for Quinn? Because Quinn's character is so beautifully written. Like, she's so inspiring. And she's like, this is your time, this is your shot, you're doing something that you're made to do, this is your purpose. So she starts, of course, basically, okay, girl, I got it. Okay, let me do it. So she performs, knocks out the park. So basically when she's getting down the stairs, she sees Mike, he has a bunch of roses for her. I was like, yes. And so, he has bare minimum. And so he has a bunch of roses for her. And basically what ends up happening is that one of the directors is like, hey, we have a film coming up, but it's in June. You know, June's when she's getting married. And so Mike was like, okay, you know, thank you for supporting my baby girl. And I was like, she makes a face, the same face that I would make. I was like, who are you calling baby girl? All right, because baby girl is what my older siblings call me. Baby girl is not what my man calls me. Like, it's giving, like, it's the way he said it. Because, you know, some people be seen it as a term of endearment, but it's the way he said. He said, thanks for supporting my baby girl. I was like, ooh, that's not new possession. So basically, turns out it's actually with the movie with Idris, because they had, I forgot what actress dropped out, but it's an amazing opportunity, and you know the role's already been written, so she doesn't have to really like actually help write the role, so she can just come and read and do her thing. So basically Mike kind of like, oh well, you know, if you don't go and get married with me, then if you don't get married with me, then it's either the role or the wedding. I'm just like, first of all, relax, messed up hairline, relax. So basically what ends up happening, ooh, I'm off camera. I had to move my leg. Oh. Anyways, but basically what ends up happening is that she basically takes the ring off and says, you know, the next day she says, hey, I thought about it and I'm not your baby girl, and I feel like you don't want to support my career, and you're not going to be here to truly be my support system. And I feel like she's like, I feel like I've been compromising the whole time. But she has, like, I'm just like, she wanted to do the big Cipriana wedding. And he was like, no, I got to do this because I'm estranged from my family and all this and the other. And she was like, it was just nicely done. Like, I really like the fact that she didn't like give in, because a lot of times I've seen a lot of women personally, like, have a man talk them right out of their dream. Out of their underwear, okay? But mostly out of their dream is worse, because it's just like, you have this idea, like every woman has their idea of how they want their life to go, and then some unbalanced PH guy comes up and is like, oh, actually, I know you wanted to enjoy this for how many years first before we had a kid, but let's do it now because I want to. Or I know you wanted to travel the world first, but I want to do this. Like, so many times, like, I feel like I see a soldier. I feel like I've lost a soldier whenever I see that. So many times, like, women have been talked out of their dreams. So I'm glad the fact that she stood by and was just like, no, like, this is what I'm meant to do. and I choose Idris, because I'm just like, that's petty. I think that's what she said, but that's what I would have said. I was like, yes, I chose him, sorry. So that ends on a good note. I love the fact that she didn't just, you know, stay, and she's nice with it. She just didn't dip off and not return for a summer. So the next one is Ty and Eva. So this is at the end of, excuse me, this is at the end of the episode. This is at the end of when she saw Eva and her mom saw her even her mom saw her in the taxi basically drive away because she got scared. So Ty shows up to Eva's job, which, like I said, like, let me tell you something. Like, it may sound romantic or big gesture in movies and shows, but do not show up to my job. Like, I will call security on you and never speak to you again. Sorry to that man. I do not know that man. Like, I will just call security straight on you. Do not show up to my job. All right? Like, to me, that's the biggest, like, you're bringing outside drama into something I have to sit in every day. Do not show up to my job. Eva said something very profound, and she's like, what pissed me off the most is how easy you lied to me. Because basically, Ty came up, she was sticking to her story, child. And she stuck to her story. She was like, oh, well, you know, I couldn't make it because I was still tied up with the baby shower. It's like, it's just how easy you lie. I saw you, we pointed at you from the cab, and then she just kind of like, you know, so basically that's not working. So she ends up meeting up with Eva's mom. And Eva's mom like, you give me 10 seconds, I have to get on this whatever plane ride. So she ends up going with her. And so basically after they have that conversation, Ty sees Eva, and Eva's just like, oh, Eva has her mom on FaceTime, which I thought was really adorable. So they're on FaceTime, she's like, you better not F this up, and blah, blah. So Ty is like, hey, thank you for giving me another chance. Because she was like, oh, well, my mom's on board with you, you know, whatever you said to her. And so basically, she ends up getting on one knee, and Ty ends up getting on one knee, and she has the ring, her grandmother's ring, like basically very important to her. And so basically she ends up asking Eva to marry her because she's never wanted to get married before until she met her, which I thought was very sweet. Because sometimes, like, honestly, like, I truly feel like, I'm not saying that you got to meet the one or meet your person. That's what you guys like to say now. But I truly feel like when you meet that person that makes you want to act correct. Like, it's kind of like when you work at that one job that you're willing to go the extra above and beyond for it because you're passionate about the job and what you do. Like, that's kind of low-key how I feel about YouTube. Like I said, like, I'm not getting paid a lot of money to do this, you know. Like, it's nowhere, like, I'm at a net negative with how much I put into, like, the lighting and the editing, the time, the therapy, because y'all are really mean in these comments. But it's just like, there's just a lot of stuff that you put into it, and to not get that back. I do it because I truly love it, and I feel like if you don't have that passion behind a person, I truly felt that passion from Ty in that same way. Like, I truly felt that passion from her, that she really did not think of getting married until she met Eva. And so the catch is that Eva says, I say yes, but conditionally we have to meet your family in Georgia, which, no offense. Now, this is the part where I disagree, okay? So her family is a bunch of bigots. Like, they are anti-LGBTQ IA. So they're very anti that. And I feel like, I know if she's like, oh, well, you know, you got to make right with your family. I was like, as someone who has baby boomer parents, it's above me. Like, you gotta try with somebody else. Try something else. You see that wall back there? You'll have a better chance of talking to that. Mr. Wall? Yes, Claire. Huh? See, look, even the wall is talking more than a baby boomer. You're not going to win. Like, the moment a baby boomer makes their mind up about something, like, they make their mind about something, it's over. Like, there's no, oh, okay, well, maybe I can try to convince this person. It's done. Finito. Okay? It's done. So I don't know about her meeting a partner, but I like that they ended this part. I like that they ended this series with Ty getting proposed to someone, because it really just showed, like, overall, just a lot of character development. Like, I hate it when I watch a movie and they're just like, I watch a series and it's like the person just stays the same, they just change outfits, you know. But it was truly nice seeing her truly change. And I thought she had changed for the last season, like when she started dating an older woman, but it was just really nice to know that she actually dug deep and, like, you know, she dug deep and she was able to still maintain a relationship with Ava. Because sometimes when you dig deep, like for example, like I was telling you, like in your 30s, fun fact, all the trauma you have, your body saves it for you. Yay. Yay. Now I'm reacting to stuff from 2nd grade. Thanks, brain. You know, but I was glad that she was able to, because I remember at the beginning of the series, I was like, okay, once she digs deep, get rid of Eva because you're going to mess this up. But I like the fact that they actually didn't. So happily ever after, I'm really excited for them. So the next one is Quinn and Seth. So Quinn actually meets Sabrina. Sabrina is Seth's emotional support animal. I mean, girlfriend, number 2, whatever. She ends up meeting her, and basically she was telling Camille, she's like, oh, well, you know, what if it's a part of the dream? Which, like I said, I actually made a separate episode, so that you guys please check that out next week. I made a separate episode about, you know, women settling for a piece of the dream. Like, well, you know, I did want to have a house before I had a kid, but you know, I have a kid, so that's a piece of the dream. Like, they're just settling for that piece of the dream. So she was like, okay, let me try to see if I can actually settle. So she meets Sabrina. Sabrina's very much, I don't know, Sabrina's how I thought she would be. Very laid back, very much no labels. So basically, what ended up happening was that he said, okay, I'll let you go. Like, Seth left him talking, he kissed her on the lips, and like Quinn kind of like recoiled, which I get, because I'm just like, that's your man, and he's literally kissing. It's one thing to know your man's kissing somebody up in front of you. But so basically after that, she said, oh no, I can't do this. So she ends up going to at the baby shower, she runs into a friend of a friend or whatever, and she's like, oh, who's the father? She's like, oh, it's actually no one. She went to a sperm gang and became her mom's solo journey. So she went to like basically an opener, like solo mom journey, like workshop, and like she went into Isabella. Isabella was the girlfriend, I guess, temporary girlfriend that she had in the last season. But Isabella felt like Quinn was still unsure about whether is she bi, is she straight, you know. So she felt like she couldn't trust her with her heart, so that's why. But they still like remained at least cordial, which I like, because like I hate the fact that, like I said, we're not friends, but I love the fact that you can end cordially with someone, because walk around with people who still mad at their ex, like let that spirit go. And you know me, I'm quick to hold a grudge, but like let that spirit go for real. I have on here too, with the solo mom journey. Like I said, to each their own, and that's not me judging. Like I don't know if the repercussions is worth doing it, because it is interesting. Like I said, like sometimes us women, we be the rich man. Like we be the rich man, all right? But I feel like there are repercussions, because like I said, like with kids, like when they grow up, they're gonna ask, who's my father? And you're gonna have to explain that they came from a sperm bank, which like I said, me personally, I get it. Cause like I said, there's some women who they truly want to be a mother. Like me, it's more of like, cause I have so many nieces and nephews now, almost at 5. It's more of like, if it happens, good. But if it doesn't happen, my heart's already full. Like my nieces and nephews, like heart's already full, you know, with kids. So it's just kind of like, it's not something that's like I would go, like it's nothing I would go extra mile to do, if that makes sense. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, you know. But what to me is frustrating is the fact that like so many women get judged for it. You know, like men can walk around and like drop off kids left and right, but the moment you see a woman by herself, people are just like, oh my God, how could you? I was like, me, the reason why I judge it is not because of doing, because like I said, sometimes the man be the third kid, child. But my thing is like, it's mostly the repercussions, because this kid's gonna grow up to be an adult one day and they're going to hate you about it. They're gonna hate you about it. Because I think I know 2 people in high school who they were basically lab or test tube babies, as they like to say, which I don't like that word. And they have identity issues. They have identity issues. They have a lot of insecurities, you know, like, oh, no one wanted my mom, so no one wants me. Like, there's just gonna, like, I'm just thinking about the adult version of this kid. Like, how are they going to, like I said, I could be wrong. You can get me in the comments. But I know I'm right. I know I'm right. Trust me. We'll check back in 18 years. for people who did it. But like, I personally, I like the idea of it, but like me personally, like I would just make my peace with it. No matter how long that took, but I would make my peace with not being able to have a kid, because I can't do that to the future version of them. I can't do that to them. Like, they're going to be an adult one day and they're going to resent you. Like, so many of my millennial peers resent their parents. So this is another thing. Okay, this is another thing. Anyways, but I'm glad they linked up, because I always like these to better for her. So last things last, Camille and Ian. So basically right now the baby's on the way. And so Portia confronts Ian about, okay, you know, you were building a crib at 3 o'clock in the morning. What in the world, you know? And basically they have a conversation, and basically all in all, she's just like, there's no room for me. And I was just like, me personally, like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but we gotta start calling a spade a spade. There was a Portia. There was a piece of you, Portia, that thought that your punani, can I say that? Okay, that your panini could zap away whatever feelings you have for her. When a man or a woman loves somebody that hard, I stay away from them. I remember, not to put my business out there, but I remember when I was dating a guy and he was still stuck on his ex from 2 years ago. I was like, all right, don't even worry about it, baby. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. He was still stuck on her. And I was just like, there's nothing to talk about. There's literally nothing to talk about. There's nothing further to talk about or discuss. Like, you're literally telling me you're still stuck on this person. You're out here dating. Like, your heart is not done with this person yet. You may be physically done, but your heart is not done. So essentially that's what Portia says to him. And she was just like, well, there's no room for us. And I was like, I could have told you that, girl. Like I was saying in my last episode, if a man has a baby on the way, if a man has a child under 2, buenas noches. Just wrap it up. Just wrap it up. So anyways, they end up breaking up. And so, which I'm just like 3 o'clock in the morning, like the nursery is like the size of a closet. What are we building? Like, I'm just saying to me. So basically, they're at the premiere at Angie's premiere party, and basically her water breaks and from water breaks from twerking, which like that is actually true. That's the truest thing about this episode, is that movement definitely helps with child labor. She ends up giving birth, like everything goes fast, and so basically what ends up happening is that she names her daughter Harlem Parks Walker. After 10 months. I'm sorry. Like, I know, like I said, we listen and we don't judge, but some of these names, like Harlem Parks Walker, not you naming it after the series. Like, come on, little Harlem. Like, girl, like I'd rather them have called her Harley. Harley would have been cuter. Even though that's a car, Harley Davidson, Harley Quinn, you know, call her Harley or something. But Harlem Parks, her middle name is Parks. I literally wrote down here, disappointment. What the, like, I thought it was gonna be something cute, like Camilla. She's Camilla, Ian, Ayana, something cute. Okay? Or named her Columbia, we don't know. Something, baby, something. Harlem? You named your daughter Harlem? Sorry. Anyways, like I was saying. So basically, as the, you know, the baby, you know, fresh baby, all that, blah, blah. And so, so Ian is just like, oh, you know, this is not going to be big enough. She's like, oh, yeah, it's not. And he's like, yeah, I want to move you guys into the brownstone. And basically what ends up happening is that I'm going to move you guys into the brownstone. And she's like, what do you mean? He was like, I doubt Portia would want to go on the wrong with you, wildin'. He's like, well, Portia's not with me. So they kiss and be like, oh, I've always wanted you. And da-da-da. I got to give Tyler Lepley something like, for a man, like he makes you feel for him, because the tears really made me sad. Like, damn, like he really loved his girl. Look at his raggedy self. So they pretty much end where they're one getter, which I'm just like, we knew this. But it really showed that, like, that time of them just being friends really built the romance back. Like, everybody always says the best romances come from friendship. True friendship. Not friends with benefits. True friendship, because then you're thinking, oh, I would never hurt my friend's feelings. I would never hurt my partner. Does that make any sense? So it makes it much easier for you to not hurt that other person because that's your friend, you know? But that's pretty much it. I thought it was pretty funny that when she was about to give birth, like they were driving the car and like Andrew jumps on top of the top of the car. She jumped on top of the car and was like, I knew you people tried to leave without me. Anyway, so my final thoughts for everybody. So final thoughts for Camille and Ian. First things first, like I feel like they should just co-parent. I'm sorry, but Ian does not give stability. Like I know he cried and we felt bad for him, but I'm telling you, he does not give stability. He gives me once the fresh fresh baby smell, he's gonna be on his BS again. Like there's a reason why they did not work out the first time. Like to me, going back to an ex is like reading a book you know the answer to. Like I don't care if you're just like, oh well, turn it around, read it differently. It's the same book. Same book, same words, same author, same publisher, same editor. Like I don't believe in going back to exes. Like yes, to rekindle emotions, but after that, like actually going back to an ex, spinning the block. Listen, there's a reason why when you're driving a car, you never turn around. There's a reason why there's a rear view mirror in the first place. All right, leave them back there. Still keep an eye on them, I guess, if you want to, but leave them back there. I do not want them together. They should just co-parent and date separately. My thing about Quinn and possible set this out the way. Sorry, Sarobi. Quinn and Isabella. I feel like Quinn is still Quinn. I call Quinn my lover girl. You know, like she is someone who really she's so innocent about love, which makes her very dangerous because she's one of those people that I can see being all consuming. Like she just can't differentiate between okay, so this is just supposed to be a little bit of a love. Like she loves it with her whole heart. Which I'm sorry, but the world is too harsh for that nowadays. People who love their whole heart are going to be the first people to get hurt. Like, I'm not saying that I don't love my whole heart, but I do not. I give it in pieces. I give it in pieces. And if I see you can't handle those 2 small pieces, you're not getting the whole pizza. All right. I ration my love out. I ration it out and I do it again. Because when you sit there and love with your whole heart, you're going to get hurt because there's so many users because they're not used to everybody being soft. But definitely, I still want her to do a solo mom journey because she would make an excellent mother. She really wants it bad. My thing about Ty and Eva, once again, let me put this back. There's something about, something that I don't like is that when people sit there and try to warn you about their family, about, oh, okay, like my family does this, my family does that, like, it's not a joke. Like, it's serious. Like, it's a serious matter. Like, I hate it when you try to tell people, hey, like, my parents are really, you know, they're not the best. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, I need for y'all to start believing us. Like, I be pre-warning people all the time. It's like, listen, my parents are baby boomers, come very respectfully. They do not play that. And then when people meet them, they're like, oh, you were not playing. I was like, and neither are they. Neither are they. Like, I'm telling you all rip, when somebody warns you about their family, I feel like if they were to continue the series, I feel like their family would break the engagement up. Okay. So the other one is Angie and Mike. Like, I'm so glad that they broke off because, like, Mike never gave me, like, I feel like when he was pursuing her, I feel like he was more romantic, but towards the end, he just became like this very militant, very meanie head, very grumpy grump. Like, he does not give that energy. Like, someone like Angie needs someone, yes, they can be quiet, so can be opposite, but they need someone who's also encouraging. Like, opposites attract. Like, you're not going to get with somebody who's like truly like, I feel like if she would have stayed with Mike, like, it has nothing to do with her career, just overall self-esteem. Like, Mike gives me very much, he wants his wife at home. Whatever career you got going on, wrap it up by Monday. And wrap it up by Monday. Like, that's what he gives to me. He does not give that he truly wants his wife to be a person. Like, he just wants them to say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Like, something about when he's with Angie gives very much, he's amused by her. You know, like, she's amusing to him. Like, but he does not respect her, you know. So my final thoughts. I really feel like Harlem could have went longer. I would love to see Camille and Ian as parents. I would love to see Quinn pregnant. Ty and Eva honestly deserve their own spinoff, especially for that LGBTQIA. Make sure I got it right. I really want that would be a beautiful show to watch. Them makeup artists, we're taking you as well. But that would be a beautiful show to watch because it would show that representation. Like I feel like Ty and especially Eva have a lot of good chemistry to where they should have a spinoff. Like I would watch it. It would be nice to have that representation and, you know, meet new characters. Like that would be amazing. Angie and Mike, I want Angie, I don't think Angie has enough content to have her own show, but definitely Ty and Eva, I would love to see them have a spinoff. Camille and Ian, also not enough. Like I feel like out of all 4 couples, I feel like Ty and Eva have the most to me because I'm really curious, like who is her family, like what is going on, you know. But I can definitely say I was thoroughly entertained. I love the show. Thank you, Megan Good. Thank you to I think Pharrell is one of the producers on the show. Thank you guys so much for giving us this show to watch. We'll always be a Harlem fan. Don't forget to subscribe, share.